Dear students, in this video, you are going to learn about a new topic, that is arithmetic progressions. Before going to learn about arithmetic progressions, let us see what are progressions or number patterns. See the first example. After completing MBA, Reena applied for a job. She got a letter from the company offers a salary of rupees 55,000 per month with an annual increment of fixed amount rupees 5,000. She expected her salary to be 1 lakh. In which year she will get the salary 1 lakh? In the first year, her salary will be 55,000. Second year, it will be 60,000. Third year, it will be 65,000. Fourth year, 70,000. Fifth year, 75,000, 80,000, 85,000, 90,000, 95,000. Then it becomes 1 lakh. Observe this number pattern and see in which year she is getting a salary 1 lakh. In the 10th year, she getting salary 1 lakh. See the next example. In an auditorium, 37 seats kept in the first row, and in each row it is increased by 8. If the auditorium has to occupy 1,000 people, how many rows of seats to be kept? In the first row, there are 37 seats, and in the next row it is increased by 8. So it will be 45. And in the next row, it will be 53 and 61 and 69. If the auditorium has to occupy 1,000 people, how many rows of seats to be kept? You are able to solve this problem at the end of this lesson. See the next example. You might have played with playing cards and built a house. Observe this and start from the topmost row. This is the first row, second row, third row, and fourth row. Observe the vertices of triangle in the first row. There is one vertex in the first row, two vertex in the second row, three vertex in the third row, four vertex in the fourth row. This can be written as 1 in the first row, 2 in the second row, 3 in the third row, 4 vertices in the fourth row. Visualize another way. Now look at the number of triangles in the first row. Here there is only one triangle, and in the second row, 1, 2, 3. Look at the inverted triangle also, 1, 2, 3. 3 triangles in the second row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 triangles in the third row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 triangles in the fourth row. So we can write it as 1, 3, 5, 7. Now look at the next example. This is a unit square. The side length of this square is 1 unit. So how many squares you can see here? Only one square. How many unit squares? Squares of this size. Unit squares you can see in this figure. There are 4 unit squares. How many unit squares you can see in the next figure? There are 9 unit squares. Count the number of unit squares in the next figure. Yes, there are 16 unit squares in the fourth figure. What pattern do you observe here? 1 in the first figure, 4 in the second figure, 9 in the third figure, 16 in the fourth figure. Look at the next example. Now count the number of chairs in each bundle. How many chairs are there in the first bundle? There are 4. And in the next bundle, there are 4 chairs in the next bundle and 4 chairs in the third bundle. Equal number of chairs kept in each bundle. So this can be written as 4, 4, 4. Look at the next example. A newly infected person can spread a disease to 2 persons. This person spreads a disease to 2 persons. Again, this person spreads disease to 2 persons. And it goes on like this. A newly infected person can spread a disease to 2 persons. Now, observe the number of people in the first stage. There is only 1 person in the first stage. 1, 2. 2 people in the second stage. 1, 2, 3. 4 people in the third stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people in the fourth stage. And it goes on like this. Observe the number pattern and what rule is followed here. See the next example. There is a pair of rabbits. The pair of rabbits are too young to produce in the first month. They won't produce a new pair in the first month. And in the second month, they produce a new pair. And in the subsequent month, they produce a new pair. 1 pair of rabbits will be there in the first month. And in the second month, there is only 1 pair. They won't produce because they are too young. And in the third month, they produce a new pair. This is a newly produced pair by this pair A. Now this newly produced pair won't produce in the first month. They produce in the second month here. Now, assuming that no rabbit dies, find the number of rabbits at the end of 5th month. Now, number of rabbits in the first month, 1. Next month, 1. Third month, 2 pair. Fourth month, 3 pair. Fifth month, 5 pair. And it goes on like this. So at the end of 5th month, there will be 5 pairs of rabbits. Observe this number pattern. What rule is followed here? Can you write the next number by observing this pattern? Yes, you can write. It is 8. Now, look at the examples, what we have seen. In the first example, the number pattern we observed is 55,000, 60,000, 65,000, 70,000, 75,000, 80,000, 85,000, 90,000, 95,000, and 1 lakh. What pattern do you observe here? Are you able to write Rena's salary in the next year? Yes. The pattern we observed here is a succeeding number is 5,000 more than the preceding number, and third number is 5,000 more than the second number, and it goes on like this. Here, succeeding number is 5,000 more than the preceding number. By adding 5,000, we get the next number. This pattern is followed here. This is called a progression or sequence or a number pattern. Now, look at the example of auditorium. Look at the number pattern followed there. 37, 45, 53, 61, 69. What pattern do you observe here? What rule is followed? 45 is 8 more than 37, 53 is 8 more than 45, 61 is 8 more than 53, 69 is 8 more than 61. So succeeding term or succeeding number is 8 more than preceding number. Succeeding number is 8 more than the preceding number. So this pattern is followed here. Look at the next example we have seen. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know this pattern. This is the set of natural numbers. It is easy. Now 2 is 1 more than 1, 3 is 1 more than 2, 4 is 1 more than 3. So succeeding number is 1 more than preceding number. What pattern do you observe here? You know this. This is the set of, yes, odd numbers. And each number is 2 more than the preceding number. 3 is 2 more than 1. 5 is 2 more than 3. 7 is 2 more than 5. So succeeding number is 2 more than the preceding number. Observe this number pattern. What pattern do you observe here? Can we get succeeding number by adding a fixed number to the preceding number? 1 plus 3 is 4, but 4 plus 3 is 7, but it is 9 here. So by adding a number, we won't get the next number. So what pattern do you observe here? Yes, you are correct. This is the set of perfect square numbers. These are all perfect square numbers. One is 1 square, 4 is 2 square, 9 is 3 square, 16 is 4 square, 25 is 5 square, 36 is 6 square. These are the squares of consecutive numbers. Look at the next pattern we saw in the example. This is in the example of chairs. 4, 4, 4. No change in the number. So what is added or what is subtracted? What is added here? Nothing is added, means 0 is added here or 0 is subtracted. So each number remains same. Look at the Next number pattern, 1, 2, 4, 8. 1 plus 1 is 2, but 2 plus 1 is 3, not 4. So what pattern is observed here? Yes. By succeeding term will get by multiplying a fixed number to the preceding number. 1 into 2, 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8. You can guess the next number. 8 2s are 16. Next number is 16. Now see the next example. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. What pattern we can see here? 1 plus 0 is 1, but 1 plus 0 is again 1 should come, but it is 2 here. 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1, but it is 2 here. So what do you observe here? See here, 2 is the sum of 1 and 1, 2. 3 is the sum of 2 and 1. Yes, now you understood. 5 is the sum of 2 and 3. 8 is the sum of 5 and 3. So the rule followed here is, first we have to take two numbers. Here 1 and 1 are the two numbers. The succeeding number is obtained by adding two preceding numbers, 1 plus 1. 3 is obtained by adding preceding two numbers, 1 plus 2. 5 is obtained by adding preceding two numbers, 3, 2 plus 3. 8 is obtained by adding preceding two numbers, 3 plus 5. This beautiful pattern of numbers is called Fibonacci sequence. This sequence of numbers is called Fibonacci sequence, in which succeeding term is obtained by adding two preceding terms. First we have to take two terms, then succeeding term to be written by adding two preceding terms. These are all examples of progressions. We have seen 8 examples. These are all progressions. Some rule is followed to make the number pattern. So this is called progression. In progressions are the number patterns. Some pattern is followed in which succeeding terms are obtained by adding a fixed number. In first 4 examples, succeeding terms are obtained by adding a fixed number or multiplying a fixed number. In the 7th example, succeeding numbers are obtained by multiplying a fixed number. And in some cases, they can be squares of consecutive numbers. In the 5th example, these are the squares of consecutive numbers, and so on. So the progressions are the number patterns in which, to get the succeeding terms, a particular pattern is or particular rule is followed. These are called progressions. In this lesson, we are going to focus only on arithmetic progression. We are going to focus on arithmetic progression. Look at this example. 1, 2, 3, 4. Set of natural numbers. What relationship do you observe? Now, 2 is 1 more than 1 is 1 more than 1. So 3 is 1 more than 2. 4 is 1 more than 3. So by adding 1, you will get the succeeding term. 2 can be get by adding 1 to the preceding term. So 1 is added to each number to get the number pattern. Observe this example. What number is added here? By adding what number to minus 3 will get minus 2? By adding plus 1. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. You are able to write the next numbers now. So this pattern is followed in this progression. Observe the next progression: 100, 70, 40, 10. Now each number is 30 less than the previous number. 70 is 30 less than 100, 40 is 30 less than 70, 10 is 30 less than 40. So what number is added to get the next number? That is minus 30 is added to 100 to get 70. 100 minus 30 is 70. Minus 30 is added to get 40. Minus 30 is added to 40 to get 10. So this pattern is followed. 3, 3, 3, 3. What pattern is followed here? What number is added? 0 is added. Or you can say 0 is subtracted. This is called arithmetic progression. These are the examples of arithmetic progression. Now each number in the list is called a term. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 in this list, each number is called a term. In 100, 70, 40 and 10, in this sequence, each number is called a term. Now what is arithmetic progression? An arithmetic progression is a list of numbers, in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term. Preceding term means previous term. See, in the first example, fixed number is plus 1. Preceding number of 2 is 1. Preceding number of 3 is 2. So by adding a fixed number to the preceding term, except the first term. First term we have to take, then next number we get by adding fixed number to the preceding number. So an arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term, except the first term. First term we have to choose. Now, the fixed number is called common difference. In the first example, fixed number is plus 1, so common difference is plus 1. In the second example, common difference is plus 1. In the third example, common difference is minus 30. And in the fourth example, common difference is 0. The common difference can be positive. In the first two cases, it is positive. It can be negative. In the third example, it is negative, or 0. In the fourth example, it is 0. Fixed number is called common difference. It can be positive, negative, or 0. So AP having arithmetic progressions having finite number of terms. Finite means countable number of terms is called finite AP. Arithmetic progressions having finite number of terms means countable number of terms is called finite AP. See, in the fourth example, 3, 3, 3, 3. How many terms are there here? There are 4 terms. We can count the number of terms. So this is called finite AP. Fourth example is called finite AP. It has a last term. We can say the last term of finite AP. It has the last term. Arithmetic progressions which are not finite. The arithmetic progressions in which we cannot count the number of terms are called infinite arithmetic progressions, and it does not have a last term. See in the first, second, and third example. Here we don't know how many terms are there. In the first, second, and third examples, we don't know how many terms are there. That type of arithmetic progressions are called infinite arithmetic progressions. It does not have a last term. Consider this example. 50, 150, 250, 350, 450. Is it an AP? Yes. First number is 50. By what? Adding what number to 50, you will get 150 by adding 100. Then by adding 100, you will get 250. Then by adding 100, you will get 350. Then 450. So this is an AP. Fixed number is added here. Fixed number is 100. Let us take the first term as A1. First term as A1. Second term as A2. Now, how you can take third term? As A3. Then A4. Then A5. And so on. And the nth term will be An. First term is A1. Second term is A2. Third term is A3. Fourth term is A4. Fifth term is A5. And nth term is An. So that AP becomes A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and An. An is the nth term. A1 is the first term, A2 is the second term, A3 is the third term, A4 is the fourth term, A5 is the fifth term, and in general, nth term is An. If A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 is an AP, then what is the common difference? How will you find the common difference? Common difference means fixed number. What number is added here? How will you find? To find the common difference, the formula is A2 minus A1 or A3 minus A2 or A4 minus A3 or A5 minus A4. To find D, you have to subtract A1 from A2, A2 minus A1, or you can do A3 minus A2 or A4 minus A3 or A5 minus A4. How to check whether this is an AP or not? By doing this, we have to find the common difference. If the common difference of the terms are equal, then it is an AP. Now in general, D is equal to An minus 1. For example, to find D, if you are taking n as 3, then this becomes A3, then minus A3 minus 1, A2. So D is equal to A3 minus A2 or A4 minus A3 or A5 minus A4 or A2 minus A1. To find D, we have to subtract preceding term from the succeeding term. Remember the formula for D. Now, the cash prizes given by a school to the toppers of classes 1 to 10 are respectively. The cash prizes given by a school to the toppers of classes 1 to 10 are respectively 200, then 250, then for the next class 300, then for 4th standard 350, 5th standard 400, 6th 450, 7th 500, 8th 550, 9th 600, then 650. Now cash price for each class is increased by how much? 50. Now what is the first term? First term is 200. First term can be denoted by A1 or you can write A also. First term is denoted by A1 or A. A is equal to 200. What is the common difference? D. How to find the common difference? You can do A2 minus A1 or A3 minus A2 or A4 minus A3. D is equal to 250 minus 200. That is 50. So this is how you find first term and common difference in the given AP. Now consider this AP 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500, 550, then 600. Then 650. What is the first term? 200. First term is A. How to get the second term? What is the common difference? Common difference is 50, that is D. How will you get second term? By adding D to A. So for A, you have to add D to get the second term. To get the third term, we have to add D to this. So third term will be A plus D plus D. Third term will be A plus D plus D. We have to add, and it goes on like this. For this term, we have to add D to get the next term. This is the preceding term, and we had added D, and it goes on like this. So general form of an AP is A plus D, A plus D, then this is A plus 2D, then A plus 3D. This is the general form of an AP. A comma A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. First term is A, second term is A plus D, third term is A plus 2D, fourth term is A plus 3D.